Yeah. So Wags, tell us, how is DCS World?
DCS World is good. Very busy. Very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of my life these days is just all about the fulcrum. Yeah. So we recently did a big update to the Afghan map. And then literally the day after that, I basically buried myself into the MiG-29A fulcrum.
That's cool.
So actually, honestly, this is probably the funnest part of the job is actually learning the aircraft, learning the systems, and then starting to put together all of the instructions, of course, the videos and things like that. But it's this portion of actually learning the aircraft that can't believe I get paid for it sometimes.
So you actually are you basically like testing the simulation out?
Yeah. So unlike some other aircraft, I am not the lead on this one. We have a couple other guys who are doing this, so I haven't really been too involved with it. So that's why I'm kind of learning this at a later stage as we're getting closer to release. Not too distant now.
Soon to you.
I would say soon. Yeah, soon.
Soon.
Definitely this year. Definitely this year.
soon.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Is that before or after Fat Amy? Because you teased Fat Amy in one of those videos. We looked at it.
Yeah,
Remember
that's
that,
definitely later. That's definitely later. Yeah, that and also the F-15C is the other big one we're working on right now too in terms of new aircraft. And then of course there's also the Pacific Theater World War II, and we're doing the Hellcat for that, as well as a ton of different ships, ground forces, and aircraft to kind of flesh out that summer 1944 over the Marianas.
Gonky, do you have any requests?
I have a question for Wags.
Shoot.
Forgive my DCS ignorance. I'm a fan, but I don't have.
Here we go. He's going to insult the set.
No. So are you going through the MiG and just kind of making sure the systems and stuff work as advertised, like as they would in a real MiG-29A?
No. So the leads on that are taking care of all that. One thing I have to do, which I kind of enjoy for once, is learn the aircraft and do the instruction videos to bring other people up to speed. So that way, when it does launch, most of the customers that will also have the manual at the same time can use those too to kind of learn the aircraft. Different people learn different ways, some through text, some through videos. So we try to do our best. And also, of course, the interactive training missions at the same time.
Yeah. So, I mean, where I'm going with that is, when Mover and I get into DCS, we're trying different planes. Like we just try to get it airborne. Yeah. How do I select gun and start spraying and praying? So I guess my question for you, Wags, is can you, even in DCS, can you tell the difference in like the design philosophy between like flying the Hornet sim and DCS and the MiG-29? I mean,
huge. Well, just like the real aircraft, it's just a whole different mentality and design philosophy of the aircraft. Granted, say the Viper and the Hornet and the MiG are all fourth, quote unquote fourth gen aircraft.
Yeah. But
in the MiG, particularly the 9-212A, the PVI, the pilot vehicle interface, it's dated to say the least, compared to something like a Hornet or a Viper, where virtually everything's with your fingers on the HOTAS. So it's a much more physical cockpit of getting around physically and flipping all the switches to do what you want it to do. And of course, visibility is a bit different as well. Just your general SA, the way the whole radar gives you SA as well is very different. There's no kind of HSD or anything like that. It's just a very, very different aircraft.
That's cool. I got some of that working with the MiG guys in Malaysia, but like I said,
they had upgraded Fulcrum, so right?
They did, but I'm just curious. Like I said, I've flown, everything that I've flown in DCS. It's just like, how do I get it flying? Choose the gun. I don't take the time like you do to go into it and actually work through.
You don't do that in real life, Gonky.
Dang it, Mover! Not when we're live.
Wags, you had a MiG-29 in the game. Sorry, simulator.
Theme's fun.
I mean, I played it, right? So
Oh, I got myself in hot water last time when I said
I
that.
know we got a lot of hate mail sent to me.
Oh, I got some hate mail too. Trust me.
We'll talk about that in the mental health minute.
Oh, I got some nasty grams on that.
So, but did you take that as a starting point, or is this clean sheet?
It's clean sheet.
So
no, I'm sorry. So
some
of the flight model stuff we carried over and improving it to a degree, but all the art's completely different now. The systems, the engine modeling, particularly the avionics systems, it's just night and day. You'll see some similarities between, say, some of the different modes and such.
Yeah.
But for the most part, except for the flight model to a large degree, it's clean sheet.
Do I have to think in Russian?
No, and you'll have an English cockpit as well in HUD.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
I don't speak metric.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I see some comments, and I'm curious because I saw this in the video, and I don't understand what any of this means.
Okay.
Your last video talked about dynamic campaign.
Yep.
You explained this to us last time.
Okay.
Forgive me. I didn't remember. That seems like it's something good. I saw a bunch of tanks and little army men.
Yep.
What are we doing?
So I try to get this in a nutshell. So dynamic campaigns have actually been around for literally decades. And there's kind of two different general ways you can look at campaigns, actually three technically. But basically there's scripted campaigns we have in DCS right now, where everything's kind of laid out in the mission editor,
Okay.
kind of like a movie script, say, that you fly here, something will happen here.
Like triggers. Everything's
based on
triggered by.
triggers.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Okay, I got
Right.
you.
So everything's kind of set. And then once you finish that mission, there's really no direct carryover to the next mission. So if you were to, say, overachieve and take out an extra platoon of tanks, there's really no incentive in the next mission because removing those tanks from the battlefield doesn't have any effect. Whereas with a dynamic campaign, what it is, first, in general terms, both sides will have strategic and tactical objectives. And then the AI will then essentially route ground forces and create a full ATO and create all the packages and all the taskings automatically. And then essentially what's going to happen is you'll have your ATO board, and you'll see your Hornet flights, your A-10 flights, what have you. Essentially just select that flight, and you're basically replacing an AI, and you're going to fly that mission instead. And that continues to go. Even after you complete that mission, the war continues and has that continuity. And to me, that's probably one of the most attractive things about a dynamic campaign for me, it has been for many, many years, is that kind of cause and effect and that continuity that when you fly that mission, you fly the next mission, there's actually an impact that you made in the previous mission.
So it's like a season mode.
In a
like
way,
playing
yeah.
the season because you're game to game or simulation to simulation.
Yeah.
If you will.
Career mode?
Career mode.
Career
No,
mode.
I mean,
Not really.
yeah.
Are you talking about kart racing games?
No, I'm just trying to think of a game that I've played that
Mm.
would have something like a dynamic campaign.
Okay.
Well, it's cool, but no movies like the old ATF Gold and Longbow. We don't get the news reporter saying,
Nah, we're not playing on that right now, but it's something you could probably still do. Integrate a video in there, so it could probably be done. Cutscenes, yeah. It'd be a little more difficult. I'm not sure you could do a direct video that you recorded outside. It'd probably have to be something using the game engine itself.
That's awesome. Well, cool, man. Well, I'm glad
So
DCS is still humming along.
Staying big. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep grinding.
Yeah. And then, so are you doing one at a time, or is it like Fat Amy kind of cooking in the background?
So different projects have different priorities. For the aircraft, one of the biggest priorities right now is getting the Hellcat out. Of course, we're still continuing to work on the F-16. You guys may have saw we just released the Sniper Pod, or the AN AAQ 33 for the Viper. And then after that, we'll continue working on different Viper items. A couple of things I'd like to see in there, and it's I don't have a time scale, but the PFLD would be nice to get in there at some point, and also the IDM. Of course, we have Link 16 in there, but it'd be nice to have IDM with the fighter to fighter as well.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that's cool. It's funny how you do this stuff, and like everybody knows more about these aircraft than us now. Like they're like, hey, do you know the Viper did that? I'm like, no, I have no idea what that is. What now? What does the A and Hugh? What, you know?
And then in the comments, you were never a real F-16.
Right? Yeah, you were a maintenance officer that's making fun of like. Don't sully the maintenance name with my name. They don't want to be associated with me either.
Yeah.
But in terms of new aircraft, the big one right now, again, is the Fulcrum. That's our big priority. That's where most of our aircraft resources are focused on right now.
Okay. Well, cool.
That's awesome.
And, with the F-15, all that design has been fully completed. With the F-35, most of the design's been all wrapped up now. Now we're actually putting together all the art and things like that. And of course, it's not like we have just a couple guys that bounce around between projects. We have different projects working in parallel.
Did you say F-15?
Yeah, the Charlie.
There's an F-15 coming out too?
Yep.
Sam,
you're going to get your dream shot, Mover.
Oh my God. I can't wait to be a Zamboni driver.
You're going to get your dream shot.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So
June is going to be a big month. Please tell me you're releasing it in June.
Wags, he won't even talk to us, dude. He'll get that light gray stink on him. He won't even talk to us anymore.
Is he a Rodan lover?
Yeah. It's going to be a very fun June when it finally comes out. Yeah. Only if you put the EX out there.
No, it's not going to happen.
See, that's what I need. Is it a Charlie with the new radar, or is it mech scanned?
It'll be a mech. It'll probably be the 70 or the 63.
Andy says everyone knows the DCS is more real than reality and it's flat. Explain that, round earthers. Hey, didn't you say last time y'all were doing this thing where you were going to do the maps?
Yeah, the whole spherical Earth. So it'll basically be probably about 90% or maybe 85% of the entire Earth at a lower level detail. And then what we'll do is we'll actually have higher detail regions that people can buy. But what that would allow then is people to essentially go from one map, literally fly to another map in the same missions.
So like we could fly our 1V0 out of New Orleans, relive the good old days?
Yeah. It would probably be very low detail unless we do a New Orleans map there, but yeah.
So is Microsoft Flight Sim. I mean,
yes, same thing. Yeah,
the zombie trees it's procedurally generated, right? So it's the zombie trees.
Some of it would be
you don't have.
Yeah, we don't have quite the resources, say, as Microsoft does, particularly for the streaming elements of it. So we have to be a little more creative in how we do this.
Yeah. Good. That'll be awesome. Yep. John says, any plans for an OV10?
Not us. I know almost positive there's a mod out there, actually a pretty good one from what I saw. And, like any really good mod, if the team reaches out to us and we do an evaluation, it's also possible for them then to make it an official DCS aircraft. But yeah, I'm like 99% sure there's a pretty good OV10 mod out there for DCS you could download for free.
And confirm. Excellent mod.
There you go.
Who said that?
I thought it was Doug.
There's a
like
guy,
it's like the voice of
somebody in my bathroom yelling at me.
There's an echo.
Who's the bathroom guy? All right, Alex, Aviation and Adventures. What's the best starting point for DCS? I am 9.
He's a cool kid. He loves fighter jets.
He's a cool kid.
Wags.
So I would start with just the free stuff and make sure your computer does what it needs to do to run DCS well. So, download the free DCS product. There's a couple of aircraft in there, a training P-51 and a Russian attack aircraft called an SU-25. And there's also some free mods out there as well you could download for free. And try it out first and make sure everything runs fine. Don't invest any money until you're sure it's a product that's going to run well on your computer and you're going to enjoy it. Awesome. And there's also free trials. You can, most of the aircraft and even maps now, you can do a 2-week trial period. So try it. If you like it, buy it.
Any chance of some C-130, C-17 Rapid Dragon?
So with the C-130, they're going to include the Moab. You can check out the back. As far as I know, they're not currently planning on Rapid Dragon because that's what also then involve obviously new weapons as well.
Yeah.
For the C-17, we actually are working on a brand new, beautiful AI model. But right now, we have no current plans, at least for us, to make a player flyable C-17.
Is there a KC-46 mod, and can you fly within 10 feet of it without ripping off the paint? A la the real aircraft.
Negative.
That's too bad, because then that would be super realistic.
Yeah, I think at some point we'll do the 46, but right now we just have the 135.